Hey everyone, greetings. It's GleeCon, and I'm back again, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you for tuning in as we take another adventure in the Wetlands with Maleficent. Last time she killed some raptors. She cleared out this kind of excavation site. She found some old pieces of a tomb that basically insinuated that the old gods were sleeping beneath the earth, and she started killing the orcs, the Dragonmaw orcs. So as we started to get into killing those to clear them from the land, this kind of tribe that's separate from the Horde, but not quite part of the Blackrock Orc clan either. One of the couple tribes that are left doing their own thing. But we have to finish that, so stay a while and listen. Now, on the very last episode yesterday, we were continuing to read War of the Scaleborn, and they hit us with another shorty. It's like they're front-loading all these tiny little short chapters in order probably to build us up to a couple long ones as we climax all over the... as we work our way towards the end of the book there. Okay, so we're sitting on 4 of the 8 banners that we need. Maleficent is doing well. She is... I think we hit like level 29, 29 on the very last episode. Like right at the beginning of it. So she's doing, yeah, so she's already halfway to 30, so we'll be fine. I don't think we're gonna have to do any grinding based on quest turn-ins, and he just webbed me, or whatever, netted me. These guys are annoying, I will say that, because the dual wielding makes them attack so much that they constantly slow down my stupid casting. You're slowing down my casting. Okay, let's summon some water, some bread. Maybe we'll do a mana agate as well. Oh my gosh, this literally will be our last bag. So let me keep that open. I'll throw out that mutton chop if I have to. Let's drink as well. Eat, drink, and be merry. Yeah, so we were doing... and in that shorty chapter that we were just mentioning, we basically saw Eridicron's not giving up. 1, he's approached an alliance with the Jarradine. They kind of have a tenuous alliance. And 2, we have seen how these young ordered dragons that went AWOL and have already done massive damage to the aspects by bringing down the shields and forcing the war into play, have now begun capturing dragons by pretending to be dragons in need. And now the real moral quandary is presenting itself because Talonstraw, the kind of leader of that group, has accidentally or not whatever, it unintentionally captured his sister. So he just let it ride. Basically, he was like, we're not going to hurt you. And she's like, are you crazy? Why? You really think either you're lying to yourself or you're lying to me? Like, either you are, yeah, you really think the primal dragons and the Jarradine are not going to capture me? Not going to hurt me, I mean? And I think it kind of insinuated that he is lying to her. That he is not even really lying to himself. He's just... Alright, we got our 5th banner. He's just lying. So I think there might be possibly one more Dragonmaw orc. I don't think this is a very long chain for these quests. Like I said, I think this is going to take us... I think we're 5 to 10. I think this is going to take us... There's a second one. We only need 2 more banners. Now, we haven't killed any of these because I'm being kind of hesitant, but they're these Dragonmaw Bone Warders that summon skeleton minions. I might take on 1 for fun. But they're just more annoying to fight, as annoying as these guys are. Because the Bone Warders are basically warlocks, and their summon monster is a skeleton. So it's a necromancer. Oh man, so speaking of necromancers, oh, we only need one more. Skeletons and all that. I'm at the peak optimism stage for the Dungeons and Dragons group that I was mentioning the other day. So today was the day where we talk. So my buddy who I said has the channel where he does the painting, more successful channel than me, does pretty good. And people commission some of his painting too. So I can't remember what the channel is. I'll have to tell you. I'm honestly not a subscriber or anything, but I should subscribe just for fun. I'll have to get the name of the channel from him, so we painted minis today, and the last time the head of our IT department had come down, so he's been there the last couple times, and he's been, he's like, yeah, I want in. All right, so I'm gonna. Oh no, I want to fight one of these skeleton guys just to say we've done it, but they're also so annoying. I want to find one that's just not jam-packed full of raiders. Well, I guess I'll start clearing the way into one back there. But I'll tell you right now, if we get the Dragonmaw banner, I'm not going to kill it just for the sake of killing it. But I did kill so many. When I did this quest, like, on a different character, I felt like I killed so many of those guys. Yeah, there we go. We got the banner. So he has been coming. He's all in. He wants to be part of this group. My other buddy, the guy I work with, he and I are really been wanting it. So there's another lady. There were originally 4 of us that were doing this for the kids, and the IT guy wasn't part of it, but he's joined in. He doesn't have kids or anything. He's kind of a younger guy. But then the other guy was like, he was kind of fussy about it, and he was like, I would do it, but my weekends are my girlfriend time. So we're all kind of like, so he wanted to try to do it on a weekday, and every single one of us were like, oh my God, that sounds sucky. Like, we all want to do it on a Friday night, like, that way we don't have to worry about whatever. The majority consensus want to do it at, like, not on the job site. So that, either way, I don't have to go through all the logistics, but basically, end of the story was after today, the other guy, we basically said, we're doing this, man, on Fridays. And so he's like, okay, so he sounds like he's in. The lady that we wanted to talk to, she's super stoked. She's pumped on it. I talked to her all week. She wants in. I guess her husband does it too. I guess they have a setup where you see this sometimes where people have like that, a table that has like a TV, and then you put like glass or it's a touchscreen on top of it, and then you can play like tabletop games kind of projected on a TV. I've seen this on Reddit and stuff for Gloomhaven that I play. So I guess her husband, who I've never met, wants in on it too. Then my buddy, Doc, he I guess him and his wife, they play, and his wife works there too. So he's like, I don't know if she's going to be in. We're going to see. But then I guess she's friends with the lady. And so once she was in, then they talked her in. So now she's in. And then I was talking to this guy. So we basically have close ties with like the sheriff's department, and they will they kind of have to have one. We have like security and stuff on our own, but we also always have like a liaison in case we have big legal things that we have to tend to. And so we always have a guy that's like from the sheriff's department. And we have the one that we have, we've had him for a few months now because the other guy left. The one that we've had, I don't know, we usually go through one every few years. But this guy's been super fun, and he's younger, but he had mentioned when he found out about this club when he first started there, he was talking about how him and his wife had started to kind of mess around with it over the summer when the movie came out and all that stuff, and he heard what we were doing, he thought it was super cool. So I saw him today and I told him about it. He's like, dude, that might work. I think I went in. So we're going to have like a sheriff, we're going to have a head of IT, we're going to have like some upper management with me. We have like, it's just, We've got a cool crew that we're growing, and it's all looking really good. We're going to start in a couple weeks because my buddy has to... he's going out of town next week, so that won't be available. But we're going to try to do like a bi-monthly group. And I'm super stoked. It was definitely the highlight of my day. All right, so here we have this guy. He was the one that just wanted us to check in on the team, so we're going to tell him we did that.
Great to meet you.
Oh, he gave us this letter. Did we ever read this letter? Let's see what that says.
See you soon.
My dearest Terrell, excuse the haste with which this correspondence was written, but time is not a luxury we have. The dig crew was making significant progress unearthing important Titan artifacts, but we began to discover other ancient objects, specifically large bones. Not long after the bones were dug up, we fell victim to attack by raptors. The battalion of men from Longbraid's regiment fought valiantly, but ultimately they were overwhelmed. Nearly everyone perished. Only 3 of us survived. A laborer by the name of Ormer Ironbraid proved to be most heroic, as he ensured the safety of myself and Prospector Welgar. We now take refuge in a sheltered cavern, seemingly out of harm's way, but we are indeed trapped until a force can be sent to reckon with the raptors. Welgar is trying to continue work, but I suspect he's still quite frightened. That is our situation, Terrell. Please urge Longbraid to muster a rescue force at once. My love for you remains strong, even through this dire time, Marin. So I think that's the girl that sent that.
Hi.
Were you able to find Marin? Did she send word?
Such horrible news! At least 3 of them survived! But when will the killing end? I long for the day when King Magni's subjects can live without fear.
Yeah, so that's kind of it. He doesn't really... We don't have anything more to do. I would assume he's going to go down there and kind of help take care of business, but we don't know. Alright, so now we're going to also turn in the War Banners quest. Oh, so that's the king in here, and I have a feeling there's a solid chance they're going to want us to go on like a part 2. I also have to say, thank goodness for the weekend. I am exhausted. It has been a long week. And it's happy to hear and kick this in with you. And then after this, I'm going to play some WoW with Milady. I'm just ready to rest.
Well met.
Have you attacked the Dragonmaw encampment?
Well fought, adventurer. The Dragonmaws are not the same threat they were when they had dragons, but they're still fierce opponents. The Dragonmaws are led by Nekorosh, son of Nekros, who was the former head of the Dragonmaws years ago. Nekros used powerful magic to tame the red dragons, but when that magic failed him, the dragons were not happy. Nekros was killed, and his son has vowed revenge against the dragons who slew his father.
I see, so this Nekrosh guy is the son of the guy from the book.
While you were fighting the Dragonmaws, we discovered more of their plans. Nekrosh has built catapults and aims to lay siege to Menethil. And with the fighting in Dunalgaz, we're effectively blocked from reinforcements. You need to take out those catapults. They're in the Dragonmaw encampment. Here, take this tinder. Fight your way to the catapults and light them with the tinder. And after you've done that, find and kill Nekrosh. We need to cut this Dragonmaw beast down. At its neck. Okay, interesting. I didn't realize that we needed to kill Nekrosh. I did remember there was something to do with the catapults, but apparently it's going to be easy. It looks like because it's a complete on reach. So my guess is we're going to reach it and turning it in will be like, you destroyed the catapult, and then I guess we'll have one to kill Nekrosh. I don't remember seeing him. I don't know how that's going to work. Before we go, though, I want to sell off, since we're pretty full. I got a full tum-tum. And then 10, 20, 30. Yeah, so we're about 2/3 of the way through. I'm going to find... Oh, there's a bower. That's what we want. We want somebody that can... So it's silver and repair. I'm going to sell Blanche's thing. The mutton chops. There we go. Actually, a lot of this, I can't. Can she do tendy crocolisk meat? There's the eggs. We need to cook that. I don't need the sharp claw raptor talon. We got rid of that. Don't need that juice. Dwarven tinder. Oh, that's what we need for the thing. Do I need the murloc fin?
Yeah, merlefin soup. Alright, so let's find a trade
Farewell.
person so I can cook some of this. Those eggs to do too. To make the curiously tasty omelets. She's gonna max out soon. And then I don't remember where it is that you get the it's Ashenvale. So really she needs to go to Ashenvale to learn her next round of cooking. Alright, so she needs 2 hot spices for that. I'm good there. And then Goblin Deviled Clans, she needs 3 more. Curiously Taste the Omelet, she needs 15. Okay, so that's probably going to tap her out, actually. When we make this. We have Bristle Whisker Catfish, too. But she doesn't have a recipe for that. Our gold's doing good. She's ready to roll there. Yeah, to be real, we have more egg than we need. And I'm just going to make it and sell it anyway. Because remember, she's going to stay till the end, so... we can fish with her. We can do different things with her. And hopefully we'll be able to turn something of a profit for making these. But yeah, so she needs to basically go to Ashenvale. At 30, which is where she's going to be, I need to take her to Darnassus anyway, so because she's going to learn the portal to Darnassus. And then I think at 40, she will learn Teleport to Stormwind and Ironforge. And then at 50, she'll learn, not Teleport, Portal. And then 50, she'll learn Portal to Darnassus. Yeah, so we're already maxed out, so that's cool. I could have been like a little bit conservative and kept it, and I could have had 5 more points, but I don't want to carry this stuff around.
I've the finest wares in the land.
Okay, I'm not keeping that meat. I'm not keeping any of this stuff right now because I just don't care. Okay, the rye. Yep, sell that. As much as it would be, I guess, cool to have the buffs or whatever, I just don't care. I don't know that she needs that stuff, but I'm going to save it anyway and put that in her bank. The spider silk and the moon gem. Alright, so making good time. I want to wrap up this. So this is a level 31. Yikes. So maybe let's turn around. Before we go down there to kill up, because that killing Nekrosh, that right now, that's actually our toughest quest out there. So, and even if you look at the top up here, that's a 30. The McCreel's, and that's a 30. So, killing Nekrosh is actually our toughest thing. Although, I do want to save that to last just due to the nature of what's going on. So there's Isana. We put a buff on her, but also let's put this on myself. Alright, so this was a different one. This quest where it says reclaiming the goods from the Murloc camps. Again, this is a just like the catapult one, this is a this is a like turn in on arrival, and you think sometimes like wow, they get into these modes, but actually if you remember the video game articles that we read when we were reading the magazine, the World of Warcraft official magazine, a little while ago, they talked about how like basically the different dudes that worked there would break the zones up and assign them to each other. So that's interesting. So that's why some zones have a distinctly different feeling quest appeal, is that some quest designers were basically doing a better or worse job. Like, whoever did this zone, pretty good job. Whereas, whoever did Thousand Needles, I hate you. Hate that zone. Alright. That's about it. Here's the box, the damaged crate. The crate is covered with clawed scratches and the marks of water damage. Prying it open reveals a soggy and rotted straw, as if something of value is stored in the straw. You search through the straw and find an armload of red-colored bottles. Okay, so we took some potions. You thoroughly search this cluster of Murloc hovels and find no trace of the Menethil statuette. Perhaps one of the 2 nearby hovels to the north and northeast will have more clues. And we already know the next one won't because it says the next thing we're going to find is a stack of cheese. Oh. So I push the... Come on. Push the wrong button. So these things aren't even worth XP. So whatever. You dirty so-and-so. Thanks for them. It looks like we're kind of floating in someone's wake because look, these are filled out. But that's alright. They're not even worth the kills aren't even worth XP for us. So I don't care. The barrel is slightly untouched. Prying it open, you're assaulted by the pungent odor of cheese. It's a little wet, but still tasty. Disgusting. Search more hovels. This grouping of Murloc hovels after a thorough inspection reveals nothing, but you're certain that the next clue you find will be fruitful. One of the hovels to the north must have the Menethil statuette. Alright, so there's another set of hovels up here, and I can see the half-buried barrel. Don't necessarily see guys, so again, somebody's done this for us. This barrel is halfway buried amidst the mud and grass. Ooh, look at that. We're going to get a staff. That's... Ooh, it does... Ours is just so much better, but the damage by frost spells by 10, that's pretty dope. After pulling the barrel free from the muck and opening it, a silvery figurine is found packed in the straw. It depicts a young, long-haired paladin with hammer upraised. This must be the Menethil statuette. You must now return it to Karl Boran in Menethil Harbor. Based on the reward, I don't think there's anything else for us there. So let's go kill some gators, and then on the way back, we'll explore this ghost ship, because that's part of what we need to do, too. So we need now giant crocolisks to get their skin. So, I'm on the... look, there's a solid chest. I kind of want to do nothing this... I'm on the fence here. I kind of want to do nothing this weekend, but every once in a while... I'll get this hankering where it's kind of weird. This doesn't happen to me. Oh, there's a gold bar. This doesn't really happen to me with any other kind of food that I can think of. But sometimes I will get into this, like, almost like a stereotypical, like, pregnant woman where I will get this freaking craving for sushi. I really like sushi and I would eat it at any time, but... sometimes I get like this craving and then I just can't stop. I don't know what it is about sushi, and then I just can't stop thinking about it. And I just really want it. And so it was after work. I was standing around in the parking lot getting ready. We were all wrapping up, and then I was talking to someone, and they were like, we were just typical question, like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? And they were like, well, I'm gonna be going out to eat Sunday. They had a dinner plan, and then they're like, I was like, oh, what you eating? It's a buffet. And then I asked them, oh, where's the buffet? And then they showed me, and it was like a Japanese restaurant buffet, which I honestly have never done Japanese food buffet. But then that just got me thinking. I was like, oh, it maybe started making me think of my favorite sushi restaurant. And so now I was planning on trying to do nothing this weekend, but now I'm on the fence. Like, maybe I need to be getting this sushi. And here's the other tie-in. It's my dad's birthday today. My dad is a real challenge to be around. So I love my dad, but the childhood that we had was unorthodox, and I like that we have like this 100% drop rate with this, just like we did with the baby skins. I was hoping that was going to happen. But I text him. We'll text from time to time, but he's a lot. And my family's kind of messed up, so we don't really have like strong... Especially with my dad, he's just... He lives probably about 40... I don't know. 45 minutes away. So it's not like he's right around the corner. But he's not too far to like do anything with. But his mom, my grandma, passed away like 2 years ago. So during that time period, I was an executor of the will. My dad is it's almost like a cliche TV kind of thing where he's a lot older. He is a drunk. He was a welder, so when we were young, he made solid money, but he did zero in terms of creating a retirement plan, a savings plan. So now he's like 70 and he has no plan except work until he dies. And he's been such a heavy alcoholic his whole life that now his health is... So that in itself is always a challenge because he's like, I'm a very religious person and it is thanks to my dad, it comes from my dad. But he's like every worst thing about being religious that you can be. He's like a hardcore fundamentalist, which makes him like... He's just so stereotypically like... has such bigotry towards all races, lifestyles, genders. Like he's just so backwards when it comes to that it's a little painful. And yet he's the same person that would like, you know, make inappropriate... He's like just excruciatingly embarrassing around like waitresses or public figures. He's so inappropriate. But that all used to be tempered at least by the fact that he's a smart guy and we could have conversation. But as his health has went under too, he has like narcolepsy now, and he was always like my size. So, you know, I'm not the most like tiny guy, and I had put on quite a bit of weight there, and I've been working real hard to slowly drop it. Thank you. And I'm almost back to where my fighting weight where I started this show a couple years ago. But we've pretty much, him and I are like, have always been, we're the exact same height. We were always pretty much the exact same weight. And over the past like 5 years or so, the dude has like doubled in size. He's like so, and that's really fat. He's got like bad circulation. That's the thing. It's not just like he got jolly. Like, no, he has like bad circulation. He just looks ill. Okay, we need 5 cursed marines and 13 sailors. We're gonna get that on the way as well, since we got all our crocolisk skins. So all that being said, it is his birthday today. I texted him happy birthday. He appreciated it. He will, and that's another thing that happens as he has gotten older. He is like so emotional. He'll like break down and cry like a little baby like all the time, and I'm like, I don't really know how to process that. I'm like, because like he feels bad, you know. I guess if you end up having regrets in your life, and if you have an alcohol problem, so you get in your cups. But now he also, that's the other thing, he's always been like a giant pothead and alcohol person and probably other drugs, but his health is so bad he can't really do any of those things anymore because he just can't handle it. His body can't handle it. So instead, he'll just drink like white wine now. But that narcolepsy will kick in when he drink it, and the second he starts to have any kind of alcohol, in between bouts of like falling asleep mid-sentence, he'll like just start crying and being like so self-pitying, and it's just, I love him, and I you know, I don't want him to feel the pain, but also the way that I was raised was like, you have to take care of yourself and be independent. My family is very isolated. We like each other. We will see each other at functions and stuff, but it's very much like, you better take care of your own business. No one's coming for you to make sure you're not put in a home or anything like that. Like you are. That's just not how it's gonna go. So this is one of these sailors. Well, they cursed me with something. look and see what that does. I'm trying to get... Because they're ghosts, I don't think it's gonna... I don't think it's gonna let me run. I'm cursed by the Eye of Paleth. Physical damage dealt is increased and casting speed is reduced. And if you look, I look like a... Oh, crap. I gotta get off here and go on the shore. I look like a forsaken ghost now, too. I'm like flying in the air. Fly swimming. Can I, like, walk on the water? That'd be cool. Oh, those are about to wear off. Let me eat and drink and be merry here. We're just killing... Oh, I do have to find like snuff box also while I'm in there. It's underneath one of these things. Oh, it's on this sec. It's on the bottom boat. So maybe I go to the bottom boat first. Is it before? I don't know. So it's his birthday, and I haven't told my wife this, but now this is what I'm thinking. Because I haven't seen him in a couple years. You know, just through the texting. And he's a lot, so it's a big ask for my wife. But I was thinking about asking my wife if she wanted to go out for sushi. But we invite my dad to say to take him out for dinner. So then I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone. I can check that box where I see him, and I don't really have to worry about... Kind of checks off that family obligation for a little bit. Plus, I can check on him because he had some kind of... He's, like I said, the health issues have been bad, and then I don't remember what he got, but he was hospitalized. He was okay. I don't know if it was like a liver failure. No, it wasn't. It was like, it had something to do with his... What the heck is that? What the heck? What happened? Was I underwater too long? What happened to me? Oh, I was drowning. So maybe I wasn't paying attention, and I gotta pay attention next time. Either I didn't realize it, and I was letting myself be underwater too long, which I suspect that might have happened, or because that curse didn't say anything about making me be drowning. So I wonder if I just screwed up when I was talking to you guys and didn't notice my oxygen bar disappeared. I didn't even see one. Well, if that's the case, then I'm an idiot. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a big ask because I have to be like, all right, honey. Do you want to bite the big one? Also, my wife doesn't love sushi like that. She doesn't really like it that much. She doesn't really like any seafood that much. But like a lot of the times, if you go to like a Japanese steakhouse kind of place, the sushi will be like you can get like other things. Also, I really love like sake, but the sake at my favorite sushi place is like you basically buy it like a bottle of wine, and it's like kind of overpriced, and like it'll be like $100 a bottle for like some fancy bottle or whatever, and it's not really. I honestly, my uncultured palate does not. The difference between the $100 bottle of sushi of sake and like the regular stock sake that they come and put on the hibachi table for you at like a regular place, no difference to me. Oh, that time they got pallet and got it. Oh, crud. Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna blink my butt out of here. Because I wasted my... That's where I need... Oh, they evaded. I don't want to kill 3 at once. That's too much. Maybe that dude can pull one off. Because I think we have to go down there to get that box. So, I mean, I could like polymorph one. See if I can get that. Okay. So that's good. We got this guy up there. So we'll see. What I'm going to do is ask my wife tonight, and then I'll text my dad. He might not even be available anyway. And I don't have to go to my favorite sushi place, even though they have this. They just have some bomb sushi. So freaking good. I can't. Oh, you can't. You can't polymorph the undead, huh? Oh my gosh. Okay, so they got me. Hopefully I'm not quote-unquote drowning. Alright, so I just want to kill at least one. Get that going. There we go. Okay. And I'll swim over here if I have to. Get out of here. Okay, good. They reset. Now I'll go ahead and eat and drink. So I'm just chipping away at him here. I gotta make my way down under that boat. I could probably honestly swim through one of those windows on the bottom. That's probably easier, but I feel like, whatever. That stinks that I can't polymorph him. What's it say? It only works on beasts, humanoids, and critters. So, I guess that's a painful part of it. That's something. Not undead. I guess you just kill. Beasts and humanoids are probably like the two most. Oh, bro. Why is he running? Weird. That's a weird thing. It's like he didn't know what to do with himself. Yeah, I had to have been under the water and just not paying attention. Because, like, this curse is already almost off me and I have no, like... Oh, man. That guy must have just spawned or something. Yeah, I gotta try to go. He cursed me. Oh, no. Okay, let's do a little run. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I can't run too far because there's crocs and murlocs all around. The crocs and locks. Old Cuzzy just is gonna. I'm gonna get converted to hating the murlocs as bad as the old Cuz dog. Okay. Ah! I thought. Oh, that's Snellig. That's the guy I need. Oh man. Okay. Good to. There he is, right there. Okay, let's eat up. Now that I see the dude, I can get him right through there. I don't know what I'm doing to myself. I still need 8 more sailors and 2 more marines. It's kind of weird because the sailors I feel like are... The marines are almost a little bit more... a little more common, but I don't know. I guess it depends where you fight them. So that was the half of my life, I promise. No more. Let's just talk about this. Now, what do you think about the fact that... I do think one of the cool things about Classic is they really try to introduce the concept of, like, the concept of elemental resistances based on like regular tropes, you know, like fire elementals are. Oh man. Gosh. I don't know why we got a second one in there. Nope. Okay, good. Gotta go back and loot that thing. But then, like, there's certain things like, why would a ghost not be resistant against frost? And maybe they are, and I just, you know, without popping the hood, you can't really tell. Alright, so we got that knocked out. We got the, thing, the snuff box, which I don't remember if there's a second cursed thing or not. And we're doing pretty good. We're only like 3/4 of the way through the episode, and we've cleared like every quest there. Now we do still have this one, and we do still have those up there to do. So I do think we're not. Invites me to join Dog Pound, all caps. Up dogs. I think that's weird. And what's a deal breaker for me if I'm ever, like, I would love for Millie to be in a guild, but whenever I'm on the fence, like, I would almost take any guild, because, you know, especially with these characters, they're gonna be, why? Why did I get full bummed? Whenever I'm on the fence, like, do I want to join it? You know what the tiebreaker for me is, did you send me a whisper? Did you actually communicate me, or did you just, like, spam? Like, it doesn't matter who I am. You just saw I had no guild, and so you just... I could be anybody. And if that's the case, if you just randomly sent out a wave of invites, unless you have an incredibly clever guild name, I don't care. I'm not doing it. Now, when you send the wave of invites and you couple it with the macro, okay, I'll take that. A lot of the times that will be enough, particularly if you send the macro and then without the invite. Oh, that's classy right there. All right, we need one more Marine only, and after this, this is the middle point of the sailors. We're gonna need 6 more cursed sailors. Keep reapplying that curse to me. And it's butt cheeks, I'll tell you that much. I'll go ahead and eat. But Dog Pound, that does nothing for me. And the guy's name's Updog, so it's like named after him. Like, I don't know. It's not the worst. I the all caps. Nah. I don't need an all caps guild name. That's one thing I've never done in my almost 20 years of playing World of Warcraft. I've never started a guild, ever. Never even tried. I know the process, but I do think I want to do it one way or another, and I've talked about it on this show. So I don't know. I might kind of kick around some of it when we do Warcraft Classic, and I am bummed right now on Dragonflight because there's nothing for me. I think I started talking about this in the last episode. There's nothing for me to do right now. Like, Azerothian Archives rep is all I have. And, working on achievements. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to just go into full-on achievement hunts? Am I going to... That thing I was trying to get there to loot that, but... yeah, so am I going to the full-on achievement hunting? Am I... other than focusing on the Azeroth, which I don't even know, what's the point of the Azerothian Archive rep, other than the title and probably an achievement, which I didn't even look. But one of the things, so I mentioned to you guys before also, like, I'm going to need a bigger bag. That really halted me. So do I want to go back there and grind that out? Doesn't sound great. Or do I want to work on the Dragonflight Achieve, which the one I'm on right now for Dragonflight is, the one that's kind of stopped me, is this one where you have to find these hidden treasures. So if you know, as you fly around, you can find, you can find these satchels, and then once you can buy shovels from whatever one of the factions are, you see these like dirt piles, and then there are also a couple random like magically locked boxes, and anyway, when you loot those, there's a very tiny % chance that they drop like a map to a treasure, and there are like 12 of these treasures, and I think like I've tried and flew around and grinded them out forever since the beginning, and I found like 2 treasures of the 12, 2 maps of the 12 maps. And I was just hoping that they would like at some point make a patch where they made that easier. It just hasn't happened. The only thing I've noticed is it seems like maybe it's because people aren't hunting them as much now. It seems like it's easier to find them. I just haven't really dug into grinding them out. So those are the 2 I'm kind of in the middle of. Or I could go the newest round of Dragonflights, because I had all the achievements for getting golds and all the dragon flying things. But they unlocked this new set that's, it's like I think you get the thunder. There's this bird you can get if you bought the ultimate set. It's like a griffin, a lightning griffin. I do like it. It's a cool mount. But see, this one got me last time. I think I'm good, and I'm sitting there drowning. There he goes down there. I think we're getting 2. Yeah, we got 2. That's okay. Yeah, there's 2 of them. Screw that. Okay, so that will help me get some more action. Oh, they reset. I need a sailor, but I also need a marine. Like, there's a marine right there. Can I get him? I want to be able to shoot his little butt through the window. There we go. And he should hopefully be able to run around. Because I already see a sailor on the thing. On the deck. So yeah, so I don't know. And then I'm like, well, or should I just really focus more on the spreadsheet? Should I start some hardcore runs? Like, I don't know. I'm not really into the season discovery. I don't care. I don't want to do that. That's already a no. That lost its luster for me fast once I realized, like, oh, this is not... I thought it was going to be new cool quest lines and stuff, and no, it is not. It's just basically retail... it's kind of like Diablo, different seasons. Like, it's just new powers that you're getting. I mean, the way that you find it, by exploring the environment, sure, that's cool. I like how this... I just happened to glance at chat. This is literally the first time today I've even looked at the chat. And one person says, I made your mom moan, and the next person says, my mom is a guy. People. Alright, so let's go turn these in. That's probably going to be a wrap once we do that. We're going to, we have 3 to turn in. We do have the catapult followed by Necrosh to do, and then we have turning in the Fall of Dune Motor, but we actually already did all those quests when we were prepping for stocks. So I don't think there's any for us to do there, but then we do have this this Sully Blue's letter and McCreel's Moonshine. Now Sully Blue's letter, I believe, first of all, it's a fun quest to get. It's very it's hidden very sneakily underwater. I have no freaking idea how you would ever find it if there were no questy. But his letter is, and then I think you have to take it back to Ironforge. And I don't really think there's much past it. You just take it to Ironforge, and that might be about it. And then there's this even more interesting is McCreel's Moonshine. So you have to like jump, hop, skip, jump. It's pretty neat. You have to hop, skip, and jump your way over to the middle of the bridge. And then in there's a guy that has like a cask of liquor he wants you to take to, I think, South Shore. And then you're on, and she hasn't done it. So then you're on a timer. Then you have to run over to South Shore, and you have like 10 or 15 minutes. So there might be another step, so let's find out. And then this will open us up to killing Necrosh, which is probably the end of that. And then that's, I think, the end. It will just be a breadcrumb that we've already finished. And so it will just be those two. So I'm like 90% certain we'll finish this zone after the next episode.
Well met.
My apprentice is like a son to me. It's going to be hard for him to live his life with only one leg. Ah, Maleficent, how goes it? Get my skins.
Don't suppose you'd be interested in becoming my apprentice, would you?
No.
No, I'm just kidding. You're much too old for one thing. Besides, from the looks of you, it would seem that you have other ambitions in life. Nonetheless, these are some fine skins you've procured, and I'll be able to put them to good use.
Cool. Happy to, help out there, bud. I can now make the Cruckless Gumbo. Nope, not that. So, I can make one of them. I'll hang on to that, because we are close to 30, and I am going to do a run to Darnassus.
How are you?
Regardless, once we get there, I'm not going to open that lockbox. I don't care. Let's go to this, where that Fletcher is. Actually, that's on the other side. All right, let's tell this guy that we killed all the pirate ghosts. Ghost pirates? No, they're pirate ghosts.
Greetings.
You had the statuette.
The captain of the Blind Princess will be relieved to hear this precious cargo has been recovered.
That's tempting.
You have well earned this payment for services rendered. It is good to see dependable folk like you, especially in trying times such as these.
See, if you look at it, I'm actually... It calculates the bonus damage. I would actually go down... I would go up 9, not all 10. Bonus damage. But I would lose almost 3 DPS. And considering the 2.5 second cast, so we're talking about 7.5 DPS damage per second. That's what the one. That doesn't actually matter. Scrap the DPS thing. I'd go up 9 bonus damage. But I would be losing the stamina and the spirit. I might have to play around with that. Just check and see. Let's actually look and see. What's my other one called? Emberstone Staff. I wonder if there's already simmed. Icicle Rod or Ember Stone Staff. Okay. Acrobatic Staff. 9 blood stuff. That's not even talking about freaking my staffs. Let's see what this says. Damage, speed, warlock. First of all, you need to understand what each staff does. The damage on your staff is completely irrelevant. Exactly. Intellect is mana by 15. You gain some spell crit. Of course. So, if you look at that, we are... So, the Icicle Staff is really giving me little for intellect. So, I lose 4 intellect. So, that's going to be 60 mana I would lose. And in addition to a little bit of spell crit, I'm also going to lose the spirit, which is way next to none. It's hardly important at all. The 50 DPS. So let's see. This says 130 to 143. That doesn't actually change. Yeah, it says stacking spirit, but I wish I could really legitimately have a decision. Let's find this out. See if people talk about it. Maybe they talk about it in the actual Staff of Westfall. That's not what I have, right? Yeah, see, nobody answers. I saw a warrior using this. So it says Emberstone Staff. Faster and more DPS. That guy says, I prefer, but then it doesn't really get into it. That's 18. This doesn't have one. Yikes, I really wish I could get more info. Icicle Rod with Blizzard. Doesn't work with Blizzard, but I don't use that with this character. So the spell coefficient for Blizzard, okay, that doesn't matter. So I see it only get the third. So the plus 10 is divided over the entire 8 seconds. Gotcha. Okay. So all right. I don't know. I can't decide. I think with our soloing, I'll keep the Ember Rod because since we're soloing more often than not, the stamina and the intellect. Although I could consider keeping it and just running, like testing it out. How does my damage feel? But we'll have to see. All right, and then let's turn in the ghost thing over here.
You need something?
In my dreams, I can sometimes hear the doomed moans of my brethren. Please, good madam, free them from the bonds and quiet their cries.
My thanks to you, adventurer, and the gratitude of my cursed brethren goes to you as well. To break the curse and free all of my brethren, the thing stowed on my ship must be retrieved and cleansed. I don't know what it was, but I do know that it was stored securely in the ship's strongbox, which Captain Hallandor lorded over. My old captain is still in my dreams. I know he walks my doomed ship, the Intrepid. Get the key from him and use it to open the Intrepid's strongbox. Then, after you have the cursed thing, bring it to the priest Glorin Steelbrow in town. Alright, so that questline actually has another step to it. That's fine. We'll do that next time. That's okay, because I was thinking otherwise might be a pinch short. I'm going to save that iron bar. Don't need that. Could save that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Bam. Boom. Bam. Bam. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Okay. Now, some of this other stuff, yeah. So I'll worry about figuring out that icicle rod question next time if you look at what we have. So we do have to get that. So we have to go up one more ship. And then we have to finish that little bit and finish that little bit. And those up there. So we're pretty close to being done. But for now, we have another episode in the pipe 5x5. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. See you all next time.
on Lore of Warcraft.